What up, guys? It's your boy Frankie back with another video. Got a few things to talk about today, but just gonna get right into it. It's crazy what heroin addiction and addiction can do to people. And it's something that so many people in this whole world have faced. And it's all over. Way past America. It's every country, every state, just every city is just hit with homeless and not only poverty stricken, but just I want to focus on more like the drugs, like just so much drug infested areas, and oh man, so many people don't see, like they just judge the person. They don't see the what broke that person or what's making them get high like that, or saying screw it. And a lot of things in life can lead to that. Maybe a divorce, a death, just lots of trauma can lead to those bad decisions. And then it's just the snowball effect. It just rapidly decreases. It's like a dumpster fire, man, for real. This shit ain't no joke. It ain't no game, man. If you wanna be in the ball game, you gotta be tough. And not everyone's tough. Like when those bad things arise and shit goes down, you see who's there. You see who's just faking, and most people aren't really your friends. They're not really riding. Loyalty's rare, man. Integrity and morals and principles. It's not all so common anymore, man. But it's still there. So it is still there. There's still some solid people out there. But yeah, drugs, man, they can lead to just really messing your life up. And a little bit about my story, so my mom, she was an addict. Rest in peace to her. But she died in 2017, and like literally like this close, right in front of me, pretty much. I woke up to that, and it was just something else, man. And that experience, obviously really shaped life different. But that's what it led to. But yeah, to start out, I was born in '96. You know, I moved to the city um, in 2000. So they moved to the city, her and my stepdad. Um, my real dad, he was never really in the picture. He was an addict too and shit. He got killed when I was 10. But I really never knew him the best. He was just out, just fucking off. And yeah, fucking off. But her and my stepdad moved to the city I live in right now, to cop, to get drugs and shit. And that's common. That happens everywhere. So we moved from uh, you know, probably a town of like 20,000 people. I was just four. We were in Ames, then we moved to Des Moines, like a town of like 210,000 people. So, it's a small city, but still. So, anyways, yeah, fucking, they were copping drugs and doing their thing, and mainly opiates, heroin. And when I was 9 years old, it was a lot of back and forth, like moving schools and whatnot. But when I was nine years old in third grade, the house got raided, and they got locked up, and I went to foster care for a day because her mom, which is my grandma, so on my mom's side, my grandma on my mom's side, they were in Canada. Her and her husband, they'd take pictures of wildlife and shit. They'd go up for like a little vacation or whatever you want to call it, little trip, and that's what they were doing. So my mom has one sister, my aunt Pam. She had to come pick me up, piss in a cup, And now that I'm older, I'm like, man, thank God she's like is a square, you know, like she's just a normal regular civilian. Just she don't smoke. She just does her thing, you know. And and there ain't nothing wrong with being a square or nothing, but uh yeah, so fucking she pissed in the cup and got me, and she's younger. She's the younger sister. My mom had one sister, no brothers, so it's a small family, and it was she's 2 years younger, by the way. So, which that really don't matter, but yeah, she pissed in the cup and fucking got me, and then my grandma and them came back, and thank goodness I had a loving grandma. You know, sweet innocent woman, never drank, cussed, smoked. I mean, just a good Christian lady, man. My mom just took the wrong turn, like, you know, went a different way in life, and my grandma had a divorce with, you know, my mom. My mom and my aunt's dad is the one that my grandma had a divorce with, and I guess, you know, that really affected my mom and shit. She told me later on in life, but yeah. So everyone goes through different things, and different battles affect different people. So, you know, you might go about a situation different than someone else. You know, it's just how it is. But so yeah, freaking she was she came and got me, and that so fourth grade comes, and I'm 10 years old now at the time, and I spend that down there with her and her husband, and yeah, man, freaking that's where it started. My mom lost rights, and my grandma became my guardian, and you know they didn't have a lot of money and stuff, but it was normal living. Like it wasn't, you know, I was used to seeing people shoot up. I was used to shooting needles in their arms, and I was used to seeing dog shit on the floor or just crazy living. But you know what? As I know it sounds weird to some people, but they did love me. You know, my mom truly did love me, and my stepdad, he does too. You know, uh, they just were addicts, and it don't make it right, but that's just what it is. I'm grown now, and you can't dwell on shit like that. Uh, it just is what it is at this point, you know. So yeah, man. Then the next year comes, fifth grade. I go back with my mom, but then the end of the year, 2 weeks of school, the last 2 weeks of school, she messes up again, goes back to jail and go back to grandma's. And sixth grade comes. Um, I'm with my grandma, and my grandma lives 30 minutes away from the city, so I'm in a different town, different area, all this stuff. So it's a lot of back and forth for a kid. But you know what? If my grandma and her husband, my grandpa, but I just yeah. Anyways, freaking if her and her husband wouldn't have took me in, man, whew, life definitely could have been a lot different. But so I'll take that back and forth all day. But yeah, that switching schools for a kid and not really having many friends and that fucking back and forth switching. Oh man, that sucked. But um, yeah. So seventh grade comes. I said screw it. I did not want to do that back and forth anymore. So I made a tough decision, and I remember my mom crying, and I chose not to go back there, and I only went there on the weekend sometimes. Well, I miss my mom. You know, I was a kid that just wanted his mom, and my grandma, she wasn't a bad. She's a sweet person. You know, she wanted me to be with my mom. She wanted a kid to be with their mom. You know, they should be. Um, and this whole time she had guardianship too, but she she'd try. You know, she'd let it happen, and my mom just kept messing up. You know, kept doing opiates, kept getting high, and like she'd do good sometimes, and then sometimes she'd do bad. You know, a lot of nodding out and just, you know, it's like shaking a dice. Sometimes you shake the dice, she's gonna be some sides. It's gonna be say most of the sides. It's gonna be nodded out. Some of the sides, it's a real good mom playing, shooting hoops with you and playing catch, and man, a lot of good memories. A lot of good memories. So rest in peace to her, man. Freaking it's not all bad, you know. Uh, I really miss her and I really cherish her. She's my best friend and super loyal. Taught me a lot, man. Um, this is just facts, though. This is reality. This is how it goes. And my stepdad was getting high along the process too, and he didn't really he fell apart. And here real quick, let me not get too ahead of myself. So if anyone's still here, I appreciate it. Just bear with me. So I don't talk about this much, so I'm just kind of, but it's tucked back, so it's just a little different talking to the camera and shit. But all right, anyways, seventh grade, I didn't want to live with her. I lived at my grandma's, but then I just missed my mom, and I tried living with her in eighth grade, and then the first month of school, she caught her first like big case, not big case, but she caught a couple felonies and went to prison for the first time, and she didn't get out till I was right at the end of ninth grade. So that eighth grade year, I went back to grandma's, and man, I was just kind of dumb as shit that year. I quit playing baseball at the end of the year. I just, you know, smoked for my first time. Just, I was going back to see my stepdad on the weekends. My grandma would let me, and I didn't tell her, but we didn't even. I stayed that summer there after school was done. So all right, I finished the school year and whatnot. Baseball was over, so I stayed up there, and we didn't have lights or water, man. We were pretty much living homeless for about 4 months. My stepdad, he was a good dude, but he is a good dude still, but he just wasn't working. Just kind of fell fell on bad times, man. Like he let a lot of shit go, man, and it's the past. But remember, he had another chick there at the house. Freaking, it was like just trap style, trap living. Freaking, no showers, and I'm only 13 at this time. About to go into the ninth grade, and ninth grade comes after that fucking summer, man. What a summer! I can't even speak on some of the shit that went down, but uh, yeah, some craziness, man. Some craziness. I was out running the streets, freaking young and dumb. Uh, but anyways, yeah, man. That's all another story in itself. But ninth grade comes a month into the school year, and by that time, by the way, like I think what was it? I think somehow he got some money and got the bills turned on like in August, right before school turned on or some shit. But it was definitely that whole summer. I want to say it was at least 3 months, man, living just roughing it straight up. Well, that fucking summer, man, was. Whew, you know what? That built me, and yeah, like I met my best friend that's my brother to the day that summer. I'm still rocking with him right now, man. I mean, we weren't really kicking it much, but he was having my fucking stepdad buying bottles and shit sometimes. Fucking yeah, but man. So, anyways, ninth grade, I'm in Spanish class, and I get that. By this time, I'm already used to this shit. Like, the administrator or someone comes to me and they're like, "You got to go to the principal's." I'm already knowing something's wrong. Well, I go home and my stepdad had got locked up or some shit, and you know, the cops and DHS they were already at the house looking for me. Well, I'm at the neighbor's house. I'm already planning on packing a backpack, getting on my Haro BMX bike and dipping. Well, long story short, I ate lunch real quick at the neighbor's. He gave me like a hot dog and a bag of chips and shit, and he called my grandma and talked me out of it because I was really on that. And yeah, they came in that ninth grade year. I went back to my grandma's again. But that time I was just so done with the back and forth. We planned on that neighbor that gave me that food. Um, he would like take me to baseball games and stuff sometimes, and give my mom rides when she had like a breathalyzer in her car because she had OWI and shit. And we knew him, right? So he was a tweaker. Like that's the crazy thing, but he wasn't a bad dude, old man Steve. fucking I talked to my grandma and let me live there because I was tired of the back and forth. I just wanted to go to the same high school, and I'm so glad I made that decision, man. I just wanted to go to the same school. I was tired of that back and forth shit, and I didn't even like that town really, anyways, you know. But yeah, I liked where I live at now. So and I'm glad because I got two of my best friends who I knew. If I would have never done that, I wouldn't even like been in this position. You know, it's like crazy the roads and avenues you can cross through in life. It really is, man. But yeah, I got up every day at 5. No, at like 4:30 or some shit, super early. I went to school and I'd lift weights in the morning. You know, I was like 130 pounds. I was just a small kid, but I'd lift weights and I'd ride the dart bus about 4 miles to school, and I was the first one. Like it was so dark, no one even be there. But man, I was just on that, you know. And I started smoking bud and whatnot. But that's when I quit playing baseball. But I started riding BMX, man, and that was a whole good 3 or 4 years too. I got super good, super into it. Freaking God's plan, man. Everything was destined. But the addiction kept rolling, right? After my mom got out of prison, that's when life really got real, man. And yeah, freaking she was on Xanax, yellow bars. Like if anyone knows anything about that, like she was prescribed those. Like she she was also like a finesser too, man. Like she wasn't a I don't want to talk too bad about her, but like she had her way, man. That's all I'm gonna say, you know. And she even had a case for mental disability. Like she got that too, like so she couldn't even work. But when she died, like she couldn't even work more than 20 hours. But long story short is, her and my stepdad. About the time I was a senior in high school, really, my stepdad got in the game and he was dealing with some people, some cats, black cats from Chicago, man. That you know, motherfuckers that ain't playing no games, man. And um, yeah, he ended up catching the case and going to the joint. And long story short is, I started getting high too with him. You know, it started like me taking Xanax sometimes in high school, me selling Xans, me, you know, that's when I said fuck BMX and I started hopping in the streets. I started rolling the dice. I started doing that with them, you know, with my mom, with my stepdad, you know, something I always said I wasn't gonna do. I started, you know, rolling the dice and doing that, and it led to my mom dying right in front of me, man. Fucking that's more I'll get into depth if like people are actually tuning in and shit and want that video, but it led to my mom dying at 47 years old, January 24th, 2017. 2 weeks after I turned 21. Man, and that's a hard pill to swallow, man. So that's what addiction does to you. And that's how real it is. And that's my story, you know, in about 18 minutes. That's the gist of my story. And it's Chris Ann's world forever, man. I miss my mom. I haven't done no shit, and I turned 30 here in what is it? Third. I turned 30 in 7 days, and I haven't done nothing since I was about 22 years old. You know, so after my mom died, I fucked around a little bit, but man, it ain't worth it. I've seen, and not only my mom, like so many people that just used to be in the game and that I like fiends and just so many people I know, man. Like this ain't Kensington, but I know a lot of people that are dead. A lot of obituaries, man. But yeah, that's what addiction will do. It'll have your family stressed out. It'll burn bridges. It'll make your heart black. Just make you a shitty person. You know. So get help if you need help, man. If not, you're either gonna go to jail, go to prison for a long time, or die. Ain't worth it.